one of the biggest threats to world peace and American national security. We're looking at where the presidential candidates stand on the big issues. Tonight, what they say about the Islamic Republic that seems to be in the middle of almost everything in the Middle East. Here is senior White House foreign affairs correspondent Wendell Goler.
On his recent trip to Israel, Mitt Romney aimed to show he is more committed than President Obama to preventing a nuclear-armed Iran.
No option should be excluded. We recognize Israel's right to defend itself and that it is right for America to stand with you.
Mr. Obama has said essentially the same thing.
We will not countenance Iran getting a nuclear weapon.
But some of his most senior advisors have visited Israel in recent weeks, urging continued diplomacy and implying help if it doesn't work. Both Mr. Obama and Mr. Romney say they're committed to sanctions and diplomacy with the threat of force as a last resort. But with Israel's security at stake and American Jewish and evangelical votes to be won, Romney says the president's not tough enough.
If Barack Obama gets reelected, Iran will have a nuclear weapon and the world will change if that's the case.
The Republican says he'd station carriers in the Persian Gulf and the Eastern Mediterranean at the same time and conduct more naval exercises as a show of force. Mr. Obama condemns what he calls loose talk of war.
Such talk has only benefited the Iranian government by driving up the price of oil, which they depend on to fund their nuclear program.
The president says Iran's economy has been crippled by the toughest sanctions in history, but Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu seems to shrug that off.
All the sanctions and diplomacy so far have not set back the Iranian program by one iota.
Romney and Netanyahu, who worked together in the 1970s, seem to be on the same page regarding diplomacy.
The administration's naive outreach to Iran gave the Ayatollahs exactly what they wanted most. It gave them time.
The cool relationship between the president and prime minister is equally apparent, though Israel's defense minister defends the Obama administration.
This administration under President Obama is doing in regard to our security more than anything that I can remember in the past.
Exit polls suggest the president got 3/4 of the Jewish vote in 2008. He may still get a majority this year, but part of Mitt Romney's strategy is to make it a much smaller one. Brett?
Wendell Goler in the White House briefing room. Wendell, thank you.